Today we are going to do is conditional statements in Python. So if you have any decision to make, then you do it with an if-else statement. Now what is the syntax of writing an if-else statement? If is a keyword which you have to write. Then any text expression. If this expression is true, the control will come inside and execute all these statements. If there are more than one statement, they have to be indented inside. But if there is exactly one statement, then you can even put it along with next to the colon over here. But if you have more than one statement, then it has to be indented inside. Now, if this condition happens to be true, false, automatically the control will go to else and will execute the statements under inside else. This line is not indented neither inside if nor inside else. So that means whether the condition is true or false, this statement will be executed. So the indentation will tell you what is inside what. The next thing is else is not mandatory to be put with if. If you do not want to do anything when the condition is false, then there is no need to write else. Also, one more thing you should notice that anything which is non-zero value or it is a non-empty list or a non-empty tuple or a non-empty string or a non-empty dictionary, it is always true. And anything which is zero or an empty list, tuple, string or a dictionary, even the non-literal, it is always false. So here I have given you an example that num is an empty string. So when it is an empty string, it is false, the control will automatically go to else. As you can see, I haven't put any condition here, but it is a variable whose value is an empty string will come out to be false. So it will go to else and print by. Now the moment I fill it with any string alphanumeric character, it will be true and it will say hi. So same is with the empty list, it will be false. Same is with the number 0, it will be false. Same is with the non-literal, it will be false again. So anything that is non-zero, whether it is -6 also, it is true. Non-zero is true. So it will go and say print hi. Now there is one example that I've shown you that to check whether a number is a positive. So I have entered a number 5. Is 5 greater than 0? It will be true. So the control will go here and say num is a positive number. This line is not indented, so will be executed whether the condition is true or false. So let me run this for you. So it is saying 5 is a positive number. This is always printed. Now let me change it to -7. So here -7 is not greater than 0. So the control will not go here. This if condition do not has any else. So nothing will be executed when this condition is false. So the control will straight away come and say this is always printed. So let me take one more program with you to check whether a number is positive 0 or a negative number. Now if a number is either greater than or equals to 0, it can be either positive or a 0 number. But if the number is less than 0, the control will automatically go to else and say it is a negative number. The next program is to check whether a number is even or an odd. Now I have entered a number which is 5. Is 5 mod 2? The remainder, is it 0? No, it is 1. So it will automatically go to else and say this is odd. Now this statement is outside if else, so it will be always printed. Now if I enter an even number, it will say it is an even and it will say out of if else. There is another program to check the largest out of the two numbers. So when we have A as 4 and B as 5, you can say it is printing that 5 is bigger than A. Now, if I make this as 8, it will say 8 is bigger than B. But what if I make it both 8 and 8? Since computer will go by the instruction, is 8 greater than 8? False. When the if condition is false, it will automatically go to else and say 8 is bigger. Though logically this is not correct. So that means when A is greater than B is false, the control comes here to the else. It can be two things. Either B is greater than A or B is equals to A. So you're not sure which one is true. That means in else also you should check one more condition along with else. So when you have else के साथ one more condition to check, then we make it as elif. Now elif is used for checking for multiple expression. If the same expression has to be checked for different values, then you go for elif. You can have as many elifs as you want, but there will be only one else attached. Now, in the test expression, if this expression is true, the control goes to inside the body of if and will not go to any other elif or else. Only if this expression is false, then the control will go to elif and try this expression and test this expression. If this expression is true, it will go inside the body here, but if this is false, only then it will come here. So this is how you can use if elif block. Now let me show you the same program with elif. Now I have taken a number as 8. Now is 8 greater than 9? No, it is not true. It will come here in elif and I have checked. Is 8 equals to 9? No, it is not true even. So the control will automatically come to else and say 9 is bigger. So let me show you that it has shown you 9 is bigger. Now if I'll make it as 10, then 10 is greater than 9? True. So the statement printed will be A is bigger and it will not go to elif or else at all. It will bypass these statements. So now the above thing that was coming not correct for the two same values. Now what is going to happen here when you have both A and B 9 is 9 greater than 9? False. Then it will come to elif and elif may we are checking is 9 equals to 9? True. It will say both A and B are equal. So this is how the difference is going to come with elif. Now in the last else, you could have even written elif also. Elif B is greater than A. But there is no need. Why? Because if A is greater than B, the control will come here. If A is equals to B, the control will come here. And if the control is coming here, that means neither A is equals to B nor A is greater than B. So coming here means B has to be greater than A. So there is no need of writing elif. Even else will do. So else means that B is greater than A. Now I hope this is clear. Next we are going to move is to nested if statement. What is meaning of nesting? One if else inside another if or else. And how will you get to know this is nested? The indentation will tell you. This if else is nested inside if, and there is no if else inside else. So this is called nesting. And you can go to any level of nesting. The indentation will tell you how many levels of nesting you have. Now let's take a number. If the number is greater than equals to 0, then the control will come here. If the number is less than 0, the control will go to else and print a negative number. This line is not indented inside if else, so will be printed whether the condition is true or false. Now once it comes here in greater than equals to 0, it found another if else. Now this if may, now I am checking exclusively, is my number equals to 0? If it is so, print 0. Now if number is not equals to 0, coming to else means num is greater than 0. So I can confidently write it's a positive number. Why the num can never be less than 0? Because if it has entered here, it has entered only because this condition was true. That means num was either greater than or equals to 0. So this is what is nested if else. One if inside if else statement inside another if. Now you know else is not mandatory. If you do not want to print this positive number, you can always omit these statements. So I have few more examples here to show you the usage of if elif here, and you can see that you have a menu driven program where you have taken two numbers and you've asked the user the option for adding, subtracting, and if the choice is add them. If the choice is subtract and show them. But if the choice is neither add or subtract, that means it is some other choice given which is not a valid choice. So I'm printing it's an invalid choice. I hope the video is clear to make you give you the clarity over the conditional statements in Python.